brother over here. Oh,
All right.
Lauren, come on, let's hear you play a little something. You want to play it for us?
Before we do that, we're gonna play Unknown, and it's by Creative Avenue, as my brother and I are a team. So let's do it. It's called The Unknown, and I hope you guys will love it.
I'm not supposed to talk loud. I'm supposed to have my voice maintained for the the sound. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll have to edit that in, or out, or whatever.
Whatever it is.
Whatever she does with her work over there, she handles it. My goodness, I love it. You guys sound great. I mean, I just gotta hand it to you. It just feels good to see young people with, strong, and trying to get your message out there, because it's just like there's not too many young people doing that right now, and wow, I love it. I love it. And you write all your lyrics, right?
Yeah, most of the time. And then when we got together, actually, he helped me with some of the parts of the song.
This song was actually written before we were even called Creative Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have another partner. He's not here with us. And he had the track for the song. We just didn't have any lyrics. I happened to bring it to Rod, and he asked me what the theme was to the song. I said, unknown right now. And it was a joke at first, and it ended up being reality.
Did we talk about this? Is this the song you were telling me about before that you were?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. It came out good, man. It came out really good. I remember that discussion we had. It was a few months back. I think it was until last year that you were talking about it.
Just a couple months
back. Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems so long ago. But
seems like it.
Yeah. And the other part of Creative Avenue is who?
He's actually he was my bass player for many years, and right now we have him as a silent partner. He does, he'll do like little things on the side, if we have events and stuff.
Okay.
Pretty much he sits out in the audience for now.
Okay. Supporting.
He's a big supporter.
All right. Well, that's the name of the game. Now, I was going to get to that too. Why do you grind? Well, do we have a caller? We have a caller. On bring him on, Bree. To see who it is. Are you there, caller? Hi, caller. You're on live with Summer in 2nd Avenue and Creative Avenue in the building. Who's calling and where are you calling from?
Oh, what's up, man? Ghost. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you calling, man. So how's everything going? Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your feedback, man. It really means a lot to me. And same with you.
We appreciate your support. Good looking out, man. That's what everybody needs. And all right, Ghost on the air.
That's him, Ghost. And he has some music of his own himself. You know,
oh yeah.
Get
at me, Ghost. Get at me. All right. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you.
Take care. That was Ghost from Miami checking in with 2nd Avenue and Creative Avenue 2 here as well. Just want to let you guys know real quick, if you need to know what's going on in the 3 counties, Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade, all you need to do is check 3DP Magazine. That's where all the information is. You want to know what's going on? That's the place to go. You can check it online, 3dpmagazine.com. And the winter issue is set to come out in January, so you guys be looking out for that. It's great. It's a beautiful magazine. All right. So tell us, why do you grind like you do? Who are you grinding for? Tell me about your family and.
Well, like my family they've always been hard workers. You know, ever since I was growing up until the point I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to say my family gives me that drive, so I inherited that from them. And I have to say, you know, just having faith in the Lord, and the Lord returns, you know, His favor upon the individual who gives, you know, exercises that faith. So I have to say the grind is just, I'm just an optimistic person, man. Like, you know, as I've grown up, you know, some things I've never been like a hopeful for or never been positive towards. Mm-hmm. But after I started growing up and learning from the Lord, I've been more optimistic. So I have to say optimism is one of them, and just having that drive. It's just been, that's what I've been growing up upon. Been surrounded upon.
You were raised that way.
Yeah, raised that way. So that's the grind, you know.
Yeah.
Even if good days and bad days, I still like have that mindset, optimistic mindset, basically.
And that's wonderful. Yeah. You have to. I mean, you know, I already asked you, you know, who inspires you and all of that. But if you could say, you know, because this show is dedicated always to the troops, because I'm a vet. And not just because I'm a vet, but I started doing the show because I'm a Air Force veteran. Mm-hmm. And so me and a couple of other people thought of this whole thing to reach out to the vets wherever they are, or the troops wherever they may be stationed, so that they'll have some kind of feeling of connection back here, and they know that we have not forgotten about what they're doing and why they're doing it. So, you know, while they're stationed wherever they are, their families hold it down here for them, and, you know, that's their inspiration. And so that's why I always go to my guest and say, what is it that inspires you to do what you do? And it's always the same. It really is, because ultimately we want to know that our family supports, bless you, Mama, that our family supports what we do. So you were raised that way. Talk to me about Stranger.
Stranger. Okay, Stranger. It's kind of like a normality thing. You know, things that people are not aware of on a normal basis. You know, and that a few people are selected. It's kind of like the gospel itself.
Okay.
You know, not a lot of people are aware of that on a normal basis. So Stranger is kind of like me. It's kind of like when Christ was on the earth, He said in the Bible that, you know, He's in the world, but He's not of the world. So basically what it's saying us as people who are disciples of, you know, Christ, you know, we're not supposed to be living in a worldly life, even going too deep, but simply that's what it is. Strangers kind of like, outcasts. You're alien from another planet. You're not here to destroy the world. You're here to, do what the Lord has done, is to save people. And that's what it is. So it's the opposite of what an alien would do, or what an outsider would do to, basically.
Yeah.
So that's stranger.
All right. So let's hear "Stranger" by 2nd Avenue. Play that a little bit. I like this one. That's okay. What's this one? Yeah. I like that. I like it. I love it. I like it. I love it. See, that... Oh, man.
Words cannot describe it. Right?
Yeah. Sometimes, I'll listen to a song and I'll just be listening to the beat. I'm not really listening to the words. Mm-hmm. And then there's times when you really listen to the lyrics, you're like, wow. Mm-hmm. That's when you really know. That's when you really see the talent, because a lot of times people can't get past, other artists who are not gospel, that they may have curse words in their music. Sometimes people can't get past the curse words to hear the message that the artist is actually bringing, because they have a good message too, but sometimes people just block it out because they heard maybe a curse word or whatever. So with yours, it's just like, you can't help, but you're not going to miss this message. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be blocked out by anything. You're not going to think about something over here that was, you know what I'm saying? And it's a wonderful thing. And so I commend you on keeping it clean, because a lot of times I have to ask the artist to keep it clean for me, because, and I know it's cutting short on that, but it's going to go. It's still going to record until the end of the show. So don't worry. We just won't be able to take any callers after 60 seconds. We don't have any on the line, do we? Okay. All right. So, my thing is that, I didn't have to ask you, please, tone it down. Can you send me something? Because the show is for all audiences, because I want everyone to be able to hear what's going on. And so, your show was so easy to build. That's what I'm getting to. It was just like boom, boom, boom. It was there. And, I was anticipating, let me see where I'm going to cut this song at that may be a little inappropriate for a child or whatever. But I was able to play everything of yours. And I really appreciate that, and commend you for keeping it clean and keeping it real. All right. Getting that message out there. Any upcoming performances that you want to talk about? You got anything going on?
We got some stuff in November.
Okay.
I'll post that. It's going to be posted on my website.
Okay.
So, we do have events.
Okay.
So that's really basically it.
Tag me, and I'll
let you know.
Yeah, tag me and I'll put you out there.
Definitely.
I already jumped ahead of that. Wow. I'm just, All right, tell me about your 5-year plan. 5 years from now, where do you see 2nd Avenue? Where do you see it?
That's a good question, man. That's a good question. 5 years from now? Mm-hmm. Some traveling. Because I want to travel. I like to travel. But I'll be still here.
Yeah.
Traveling, but I really want to travel a lot of places and share my message with. That's where I want to be right now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna try to help you do that. Trying to get you to where you need to be. I know that I've seen you doing some other interviews and stuff like that, and so you're doing big things. I wish you much success on your 5-year plan. If you go somewhere exotic, call me,
All right.
Sing for me.
Alright.
Sing for Summer. Give
Amen.
a shout out. Who you want to shout out to?
Okay, shout out to my family, my friends, my closest friends who really, really supported me. Shout out to my boy Spence Taylor, Creative Avenue always, Gospel Spoken Word. It's a lot of people. Who else? Ishmael Rosario, my brother. That's my brother right there. Mr. John Duncan, that's my brother too. Just a lot of people, man. My family, my friends. See, there's a problem. There's a problem. Like, and you see, my brother going to Creative Avenue. I said it again. See, the problem is when it comes to that point where you want to give a shout out, and then to the point before that, like you want to tell everybody you want to give a shout out to, but when you're on camera and stuff like that, it's kind of tough. But I really want to give a shout out to everybody on Facebook, on Twitter, and on the website who's supporting me. And I cannot name each and every one of you individually. I'm sorry, I am human. But I want to give a shout out to each and every one of you, and especially Sherman. I want to give a shout out to you too and your team. And you've done an awesome job, and I really appreciate the effort that you're putting in. And all the better for everyone, right?
I really appreciate you taking time to come on the show. I think you have a great career ahead of you. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change. Don't move from 2nd Avenue. Stay living on 2nd Avenue. That's a good. I love the name. I love the name of it. Right. And we didn't talk about the Creative Avenue. How you guys came up with that name? How did that? Is that down the street from 2nd Avenue?
Actually, no. Actually, that's part of that is on me. If you look on my cap, it says Kamikaze Creations.
Okay.
And the way I got that name, I first got the name Kamikaze from a work injury. And if you look at my scar on my wrist, it looked like I tried to kill myself, but I didn't.
Oh.
There's a long story behind that.
Yeah.
I had to get stitches for this. It was a work accident. And I got the name after getting the stitches, coming back to work, I got the name Kamikaze from all my coworkers actually. And then and then all of a sudden the name grew on me, and started calling myself that.
Okay.
Then over time, because I get creative with writings, music, I decided to come up with a name, Kamikaze Creations, because I never know where my creativity's gonna go.
Yeah, so, that's true. That's so true.
And a couple months back, how we got Creative Avenue, like I told you, we were working on the song, like I guess a month or two before we were even called Creative Avenue. The song called The Unknown. And
that was great.
Thank you.
And we wrote the song, and it's like, we're like, we gotta do this more often, And I guess that collaboration is what brought Creative Avenue together, and we basically combined our names.
Okay.
We combined Kamikaze Creations with 2nd Avenue,
okay.
and we basically merged the names together.
So, all right, that's good. That's very creative with a K.
Yeah.
God created all things in kindness.
God created kindness in all creations. In three
cases.
Okay. That's so good. So good. I know that Destination, we played it at the top of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. Explain where that came from so that before I go off, we're going to go ahead and play it. But talk about what that's about as well.
Yeah, Destination. Oh, wow. That sounds nice. It's a favorite from other people from what I heard. But Destination is kind of like the journey of which, it was a journey that like us, my brother Fabian, who's featured on the track, and I, Destination is, when you decide to, really go forward in life, it all starts with a person, the decision to determine your destination in your life. And it just started off as a song. I like the beat. I got the beat, Tom Cruise made the beat. And he has really good stuff.
That beat is hard. I like that beat.
That beat is really hard. And yeah, it's out of the element. But basically, it's like, I said I needed a singer.
Yeah.
And then I remember one of my boys, Fabian. I went to school with him, and it was just shout out to Fabian. See, that's my brother right there, Fabian. All right, but Fabian, I was like, I had to get somebody because I think I spoke to him before we did the track. We should do something together.
Yeah.
And I had him in mind when the beat was playing. I said, I'll call him up. And it was a fast turnaround. Like, he came to my house, and we started recording, and then we did another version of it. And that's Destination. It's basically, knowing what's going to be set for life, having that mindset as we talked about earlier, and just making this decision and allowing God to take control of the wheel of your destination. That's basically what it is. Knowing your stumbling blocks, accepting your failures, and just keep on moving.
All right.
Yeah.
That's Destination. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play Destination in a moment, but you have been listening to the On Point with Summer show, and live in the building at 2nd Avenue, Creative Avenue. We got Bree over in the corner handling the camera. Shout out to Bree.
Yes.
And once again, as always, it's always summertime, and we'd like to thank all the troops for everything that you do. God bless you. Stay safe, and tune in next Thursday to hear another special guest. And don't forget, next Thursday, 6:30 p.m.
God bless each and every one of you guys.
And we're going to listen to Destination now. Mwah.
I think she had her slipping.
Probably misses me.
I'm done.
Thank you for using Blogspot Radio. Goodbye.
I do see in my hands a couple of more.
Okay, we're still recording. So, I just wanted to make sure that we had, well, actually, we went all the way, we were able to get the whole show on the air. Yeah, so that's awesome. So, if anything, thank you so much. He's like this crazy woman.
No, it's cool.
The camera was on me, and I was telling her, no, making faces. I'm like, oh, I forgot the camera was rolling. How crazy is it? But seriously, in all honesty, I really do appreciate you guys coming. He told me about you a while ago when we talked, when I first met him. He was talking about you guys and just, he's like, yeah, I got some people that probably want to bring on your show. And I'm like, look it up. So, again, you don't go to Potential, right? I asked you that, didn't I? But did you go there for the performance of?
Right.
Which campus was it at?
Holland Beach.
Oh, okay. I go to on Flamingo Road. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, it used to be called Flamingo.
Really?
Yeah, wasn't it the church called Flamingo Road Church or something like that?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it was, and then it became Potential Church, and so I like it there. It's nice. So you guys keep me posted on what you got coming up, and tag me. By the way, the flyer that you did, you need to come work for me. You need to do that for every.
That's not even my best foot.
So you do that on the side, or is that something?
Yeah.
See, I need to get into that on the interview. These are going to be added to if you decide to get. These are. Tell me, is that another graphic design? What is it? What is that?
Graphic design? Yeah, I did that myself. That was like something I just put together then.
Quickly.
Yeah, quickly.
Because I love it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Can you do that, Bree? You saw the flyer, right? You can't do that? What? What do you mean you can't do that?
I can't perfect it like
I think you can because she says that, and she's already got my YouTube thing all built up and everything. I don't know about that stuff. That's why I'm like the youth, I need her youthful mind and things because she's wonderful, helping me with all this stuff. You see how she did all that?
Yeah.
That was a lot of work.
Did a great job.
Yeah. She's working the camera, the mic, the phone, the switchboard. I can't even do. Before her, I was there going, okay, because there's the ability to have a chat room as well. I've never done the chat room. I can't talk to a person and chat and do all that stuff, and she's wonderful. She's been a big help for me, and, we're trying to do big things too. But,
we all need to ask for help somehow.
Yeah.
I have that problem of not asking for help.
Yeah, it's like.
But the last group that I was in, I had a whole lot of weight on my shoulders, and it's like when I started Creative Avenue with Rod, I didn't want that weight, so it's like, so it's like we all manage a group as an equal.
Yeah.
So since we've been together, I've been at ease.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
It does take a lot off of your shoulders, and stuff. So, and it's good too that you have a team that has the same vision as you, and like you said earlier, God puts us with people. That's what our service was last Sunday at church. God, you think that you fall into place with these people? No, that was already the plan, and you just started realizing where you needed to go and follow, So, just. Stop questioning. I keep saying I stop questioning it, but it's true. But I really again appreciate you coming out, and I wish you much success, honestly. And I know that you will have it because I hear your talent. I hear your lyrics are. It's not just things that you just think of, off the top and just spit. It's just. It's very. It's gift. It's a gift, and congratulations on it.
Appreciate it so much.
No doubt. So come back anytime.
Okay.
If you want to promote some new music or something, you want to come back on the show, let me know. Just reach out. You know how to get to me. If you have anyone you want to refer,
Sure.
let them know what we do.
Yeah, well, I guess we might as well refer to the entire city. There's a whole lot of untapped talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole lot.
It's just
Yes, true. you know, I go on the beach and I come home with like 10, 20 CDs. Everybody's an artist now, you know. And so, you know, if everybody's trying to be an artist, there's, you know, there's people, it's a hard grind. It really is. And so, I'm just thankful that you guys were able to come out, and it's good seeing you, man. I haven't seen you
since you were in the studio last time.
The other time, yeah. So if you
know.
have anything else too that you guys have going on, let me know.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
All right.
We'll let you know.
All right. So appreciate you, man. Let's get some pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Mugshots?
Yeah.
Sure.